Hello scientists and engineers, welcome back. I cannot wait to show you today's Lego project. Remember last week you were doing the jelly crystal experiment, so I hope you thought those were super cool and I hope they got nice and plump with water. Remember those were polymers that were able to soak up all that water, and hopefully some of you were even able to include them in the soil if you were planting any new plants this week. Okay, so since we did a cool experiment last week, that means this week we get to build a Lego project, and I am very excited for what it is today. Now, for today's project, we're going to need any Lego bricks you have, along with a straw and a ping pong ball. Okay, now if you don't have a ping pong ball, you can also use a puff ball or a cotton ball, or you can even take a piece of paper and ball it up and make it into a circle. Just anything that we can make roll, okay? Because what we're going to be doing today, engineers, is we're going to be helping our minifigure friends move a ball through a Lego maze, okay? And we're going to be using our own oxygen, our own deep breath to create wind as the energy source to move our ball through the maze, okay? Now, the way that I like to set my maze up is I like to put one minifigure friend on one side of the maze, so everyone say hi to Grandpa Jack. And I like to put our other minifigure friend on the other side, so everyone say hi to Bill. Okay, now Grandpa Jack and Bill, we're going to set them up on opposite ends of my table, okay, and we're going to see if we can get the ping pong ball from one to the other without even touching it, okay? We're only going to be using the power of our air that we can breathe in and out, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to take some practice breaths with me. Okay, so I'm going to take a big breath in and a big breath out. Okay, now not only does that help us clear our mind before we start building, it also creates oxygen, and when we breathe it out, we can help move this ping pong ball, okay, if we can breathe out through this straw. So now we're going to take another big breath in, and then on our breath out, we're going to blow out through the straw. Okay, so ready? Take a big breath in. We're going to blow out through the straw. And you can put your hand there to feel just how much wind you can create. And the good thing about using a straw is that what it does is it takes all that air you're breathing out of your mouth and it's putting it into this little tube so that it makes it stronger, okay, because it's going through a smaller area. Okay, so now if we set up my ping pong ball, we can make it move, okay, by putting the straw directly behind the ball. Okay, and you want to point your straw right at the target you want to aim the ball at, and then blow, okay? So sometimes it might be hard to aim which way the ball goes. So to help guide it, what we can do is we can build a Lego track, okay? So we're gonna build this track similar to how we built our Lego bridge. Okay, you remember how we connected multiple pieces together? Remember we put a piece on top whenever we're connecting two different pieces together. So what I like to do personally is I like to line them all up first. And remember, if you want to make a pattern, you can make a pattern if you want. I can make a little miniature red, green, red, green, red, green pattern right here. Okay, so I like to line them all up, and then I like to connect them all together so that it's a nice sturdy line that won't move, okay? There we go. Now another benefit of making our track 2 pieces tall is that if you blow this ping pong ball really, really hard, you might actually be able to make it roll over a brick, okay? But if it's 2 bricks tall, it's much harder for it to get over it, okay? So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to line them all up. And remember, engineers, you can use any color you want. That's a bonus of you working from home. And if you have any special pieces you want to add, you can of course add special pieces as well. Okay, it is up to you exactly what your track looks like. Remember, mine is just an idea that you can use to create your own awesome creations with, okay? All right, So now, engineers, we can set up these two tracks right here. We can put the ball right in front of Grandpa Jack, okay? And now, even if I accidentally blow the ball this way instead of right to our friend Bill, the tracks are gonna keep it from going too far off course, okay? So making a straight line, okay, is pretty easy, right? But if we want to make this a maze, then we're gonna have to make some twists and turns, okay? So to do that, I'm gonna show you what we have to do next. Okay, scientists? So to make twists and turns, what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna kind of want to make an L shape, okay, on our track. So I'm gonna push this end right here a little further this way, okay? And then we're gonna start making our L come towards the camera. Okay, scientists and engineers? Now what we want to do is that we want to make sure that there's enough space when we make this turn, okay? So that the ball has room to get through. Because if we made it like this, the ball would hit here, but there's not enough room for the ball to travel further this way, okay? So we want to make sure that it's wide enough for the ball to travel through, just like when they're building roads, they make sure it's wide enough for cars to drive through. And when they're building sidewalks, they make sure they're wide enough for people to walk through, okay? So I'm gonna use some of my longer pieces, but remember, you know how to connect individual pieces together to make them longer. Now, if you want, engineers, you can also make a little bridge that goes across your track. And see if your ball can go under the bridge. Okay, we can make obstacles if we would like. Bridge or a tunnel, the ball can go under. We can take some individual bricks and squares like this. We can connect them all together. This. Then what we want to do is we just want to make these a little bit taller. So we make sure there's plenty of room for the ball to travel underneath. Okay, scientists, because I don't know, you might be using a bigger ball. You might also be able to use a tennis ball. And see if you're strong enough to blow a tennis ball. Okay. So now we can put Bill down here, and we'll keep our maze going. Now remember, I'm using longer pieces, but remember, you can make a piece as long as you want by connecting multiple rectangles together. Okay, engineers, just like that. And then we'll just make sure it's even on both ends by adding a couple more individual pieces. Remember, whenever we're connecting two bricks together, we want to put a brick in between them. Okay, and now we can see if we can get the ball from Jack to Grandpa Jack to Bill around the corner, okay? And then once it gets to the edge, you're going to want to re-point your straw, right? Remember, you always point it right towards your target. Check that out, engineers. Under the table. There we go. Okay, so now if we want to make one more turn, okay, it would be the same thing. So we would come this way. And what you can do is actually pretty cool. So you can connect 3 Lego bricks together with one square like that. We'll bring this one in a little bit further because we want to make sure it's wide enough, remember? Like that. And then we'll connect them together with our reinforcement pieces. Now this is a project, engineers, that if you have an older brother or sister and they want to help you, can make this project really, really big by building in teams, okay? Because remember that engineers, when we work in teams, we can build bigger, better projects faster, okay? So if you want to build this with your brother or your sister, and you can also show your younger brother or sister how you're building it, and they can help you. You can make this project go around your whole room if you want. You might even be able to make it go down one of your hallways in your house. You could start it at your brother or sister's room and have it go all the way to your room. Okay, you can make tunnels. You can include other pieces that you have at home, like car tracks, or you can make ramps. Okay, so now let's put Bill all the way down here. We'll put him with his friend Porcupine and Fox. All right, and we'll see if we can get it through all 2 turns. Okay, ready? Nice work, scientists. Okay, now also, if you're working in a team with your brothers or sisters, you can have one person here and they blow the ball there, and then your brother or sister here and they blow it that way, and then one of you moves here and blows it that way, and you can see just how fast you can get the ball through your maze. Okay, scientists, you can have challenges with your brother, your sister, or your mom or your dad, and see you can get the ball through the maze faster, okay? I would love to see a picture of what your maze looks like. I know that you are great engineers and you can build ones that look even cooler than this one. All right, thank you for working so hard today, and I'll see you next week with another awesome experiment. Have a great day, engineers.